Hello, welcome to Travel Tech pitch sessions. Let's go to see a short video, 5 minutes short video, and then we'll start with the hotel network presentation.
When talking about building engagement and excitement through virtual experiences, the finest platform out there, Virtual Console, offers an unmatched solution. A do-it-for-you platform, Virtual Console offers an end-to-end tech solution that enables our clients to create personalized and custom events in just 48 hours. While the platform remains easy to use and navigate, assistance and support is available at every step to create a seamless experience. Not only is the platform scalable, varying participant sizes, it has proven to be cost-efficient. Let's explore the various features that Virtual Console has to offer. The attendees log in using an email ID or mobile number and enter the lobby area, which has event and partner branding, along with various speaker profiles and agenda for the event. Public and one-on-one chat functionalities, along with breakout rooms, enable attendee interaction. Attendees then proceed to the auditorium, where all the action lies. And the Expo Center offers partners their booths with networking and lead generation opportunities. Attendees can see glimpses of the event in the gallery. Virtual Console offers in-depth event analytics to ascertain and track the attendee touchpoints, time spent across various functions, and beyond. Let us have a look at something Virtual Console recently put together for one of our clients with over 3,000 attendees. A creative, captivating, customized, and cost-efficient solution by Virtual Console that meets the purpose and delivers beyond expectations. With the changing times and trends, it's time to bet big on virtual events and experiences. Trust us to be the virtual event solution specialist you need. Virtual Console, here to deliver. Book your demo with us at Virtual Console.
Hi, Ivan. Welcome again. How are you? Fine?
Doing great.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Ivan, go ahead. You have 25 minutes for the presentation.
Thank you very much. Well, my name is Ivan Cintado. from the hotels network. In this session, we're going to talk about how to drive growth through your direct channel. And it will be an explanation also about what is it that THN is doing with hotels worldwide. So it's all about achieving a healthy distribution mix. Right now, third-party distribution amounts to 72% of your overall performance in general, and is your direct distribution the one that gives you greater ROI, the one that you can find ways to optimize. In order to have a healthy distribution mix, there's different areas that we can work in improving your direct channel. Now, there is great advantages of improving your direct channel. Firstly, you can build a strong brand in order to reduce cost and to improve your ROI. Those direct bookings that you obtain will not be receiving that 16, 18, 20% commission that you need to pay, because when there is another company doing that distribution for you. It also will reinforce your brand's position in negotiating with third-party distributors. Once you don't rely so much on just one part of your direct channel to be by third party, then you will be able to readdress the communications through them. But once, and more importantly, there is a possibility of you owning that client. What we mean is that whenever that you have direct contact with that client, you will be able to generate those engagements to offer a better service and to be able to communicate to perhaps also upsell those users. So when you have the name, the email of the client, when it's a direct booking, you will be able to engage with that client in more effective ways. So what is it that the hotels network does? So we bring growth to your direct channel. We help you to attract, convert, and engage users through the user journey. And our mission is very simple: to get you to get more direct bookings and to increase your ADR. Now, in order to do that, we have created an ecosystem. And what makes us different is what we call the network effect. We have created a way by which we learn to recognize user behavior through data. This data set is both unique in scale and in quality, and allows the hotel to be improving as the data sets is showing different trends. We are now present in over 100 countries in the world, and also more than 10,000 properties worldwide, which we are being increasing consistently even throughout this last year and a half. So let's go through the tech ecosystem. First, we need to see how the different solutions allow you to get to different stages. We work on a whole holistic approach where you can analyze and test data, engage and sales, and attract and upsell. So we created Bench Direct, which is addressing the first need to your direct market approach, to be able to understand the key elements of your direct channel and to be able to understand what calls to actions you need to follow. Today, we will focus on conversion and personalization and Bench Direct. So what is Bench Direct? Bench Direct is the first product that addresses a benchmark to your direct channel. It's a way for you to compare your hotel website performance to the market, to other hotels within your brand and your competition, and to be able to leverage data to make decisions based on that data. Now, traditional benchmarking has always looked at the approach of benchmarking in order to compete. Now, when you compete for the sake of competing, you hardly ever add value. You normally reduce your rate, reduce your revenue and your ADR. We believe that a learning paradigm is more productive. When you are able to get tactical and strategic data, you will be able to identify what are the situations and the scenarios within your funnel. So let me put this into perspective. Traditional benchmarking will focus on your overall conversion. If your overall conversion of your direct channel is 2% of your users, they're only giving you data on this 2%. But what happens with this 98% missing? This is your window of opportunity. You need to understand why people landed to your website but didn't make a search, or why people made a search but didn't finalize a booking. Only when you get that data and when you are able to understand what are the different scenarios that made these patterns and compare it with those users who actually went all the way to the last click on your booking funnel, you will be able to be strategic about what solutions you need to address. Perhaps you just need to get a better click-through rate from your social media to your booking engine. And for that, you might not need to have a discount. So while Bench Direct is a whole different approach to benchmarking, traditional benchmarking will give you data on occupancy only when looking at bookings, but we look at the full booking funnel. For us, it's as important those users who ended up booking with you than those that didn't. And for you, it should be, because this is your pool of data of users who are on your website making engagement, and also of different websites of hotels within the same region than you that are doing the same interaction. So you can see how competitive you are on that and what solutions you need to address. When traditional benchmarking looks at rates, they normally stand at ADR, which is a very valuable metric. But what we try to bring to the approach is to not only give you best available rate or ADR, but also offer you best available rate and OTA rates and disparities. Our technology is able to make real-time price comparisons with real users that search on your booking engine. The idea is that you will see how often and by how much your OTAs are doing disparities, so you can afterwards address how to take action on those situations. And then traditional benchmarking normally doesn't address data on guests. It's very important on an e-commerce level to identify how is your performance when users are connecting from different devices, where they are coming from different countries. More than ever, domestic versus international travel might have a strong impact in your overall performance. And also identify the source of your traffic. How effective is your social media driving users? How effective is your organic searchers? And how many of those you end up turning into a confirmation? So in general, while traditional benchmarking gives you a photo of your final result, Bench Direct gives you a video detailing every step of your booking funnel on how you achieve that result. So here is some of the screenshots of the platform itself. As you see, we give information on conversion, on revenue, on bookings, demand, booking window, and length of stay. All this is reading from the first click that lands to your website to the last click that exits your booking engine. Hopefully, that last click is on the confirmation page. But if not, it's also worth studying. Where did they stop? Why did they stop? And how you can fix that scenario to drive them all the way to your goal. Rates and disparities, which is driven from the best available rate that we obtain in our price comparison, together with the price comparisons that we do on OTAs. And visitor profile, which is the information about the users. Remember, this is a free platform, and it's a free platform that we will run forever. So the idea is to be able to empower hotels to leverage data from your website and your booking engine, compare it with that of other hotels in your region, and then be able to have better and more effective online solutions. So then you will be able to drill down information based on stay dates, country of the user, device that they're using, source of the traffic, etc. Also, you see how we have overall conversion, visitor to booking engine conversion, and booking engine to booking conversion. So we see how effective your traffic is, your website is when driving that user to the first step of the booking funnel, and then how effective you will be driving that user to the next step of the booking funnel. You will have the benchmark of the performance of your hotel, the performance of the rest of hotels within your brand, and the rest of the performance of the rest of hotels within your destination, which match your benchmark criteria. We also bring a new concept, which is THN network concept. Similar hotels to you would operate worldwide. Remember, this is a learning platform. If hotels which have same ADR, same number of bookings than you, same level of disparities, etc., are performing in certain ways, there's also a way for you to understand how that information can be used to improve your direct channel performance. So then we have here disparities. As I mentioned before, we will have real-time price comparison done with every search that users make on your booking engine. So the frequency of the disparity will show you how often we find a disparity. The amount of the disparity will tell us by how much that disparity was. And then we will compare that with the rest of the hotels of your brand. We will compare that with the rest of the hotels within your destination. And we will compare that with the rest of hotels which are similar to you in performance within the THN network. Then we will also have the frequency distribution by OTA. In addition to these, you will be able to drill down travel party, device, visitor country, source of visit, and travel dates. So as you see, it's a much more in-depth approach to what benchmarking currently is offering. So once we are aware of what are the things and what are the data sets that are affecting our performance, there is a solution by which we call conversion and personalization, where we can actually use targeted personalization in order to act on that data. The idea is that you will be able to react to the data sets that you have obtained on BenchDirect through different targeting options. So with fewer bookings around and with almost 80% of the guests going to your website at some point in the user journey, there is an opportunity for you to highlight what are the good values of the hotel. It's not surprised that personalization is being preferred by consumers worldwide. If you use the example of Netflix, once they identify that they want to personalize your user experience, in order for you to be able to see the content that they actually provide rather than the one that you want to see. And they will use AI in order to identify whether you like horror movies with this particular picture here, if you like family movies, or if you like romantic movies. Netflix is not unique. There are so many platforms that we use every day that are actually using personalization to enhance user experience. Hoteliers need to reshape their strategy and to adapt to ongoing changes. If there's something that we have learned in the last couple of years, is that your strategy is going to adapt to different scenarios. We have not only the actual situation where the hotel is located, but also situations in other destinations where your traffic, your market sources are. So whether you have a travel bubble opening up and then suddenly you have some users coming from a particular destination and you need to react to them, or whether you have to adapt to the new needs of the clients, personalization is going to be key for you to be able to communicate to every user that is behind every click on your website. By the way the ways in which you can engage through that is through several tools. We have smart notes where you can nudge messages through users based on multiple data sets. You have layers. We have inliners where actually you can create personalized messages which do not show up as a pop-up message, but get imprinted within the frames of your website. And we also have exit messages. So the idea is that you will have a good array of solutions, a good selection for you to be able to communicate several messages in different formats. Using targeting rules. So you can use a message to be personalized based on device, based on down to the city level, based on the dates of search or the length of stay, whether they are coming from a particular traffic source. So if you come from TripAdvisor, that's a click that you already paid for. Say, hey, we love TripAdvisor. Book direct to get extra benefits, and then write a beautiful review. Or if they come from your Facebook and you want to do special campaigns in your Facebook to be actually trigger only when they come from Facebook. The possibilities are endless in order to personalization. You will not react to the same way to someone that is connecting within the same country or the same city that your hotel is located, where you can give them an staycation, than if someone is coming from a different destination. So the possibilities of combining this will allow you to answer completely different needs from different users, even down to URL variables, where you will actually be able to trigger notifications based on particular details. Like, for example, if I search for one double with extra bed for kids, then you should send me a message saying kids under 5 stay for free, etc., etc. So let's see some of those examples in action. Show your family offers to exclusive families. As you see here, the guests are 2 adults and 1 child. Then is the right triggering offer to be able to give a family getaway to that user. You can encourage visitors to stay a little longer. So if you see that the user is searching between April 7th to April 10th, so they're searching for 3 nights, the message is saying, staying for 3 days, stay an extra day and get a 20% off. Try to invite that user. This also works especially well when you have users that perhaps are searching for 2 nights and you have a stay 3, pay 2. You can send them a message, say, hey, why don't you stay 1 extra night? It's on us. Here you also see one example of a real-time price comparison showing on the page. When the dates of search coincide with a weekend stay, you can send different notifications to anticipate your guest needs. Or greet guests that are coming from different platforms. So if your user is coming, in this case, from Instagram, you have exclusive offer highlighting that opportunity. So the idea is that you continue the story that started in a different platform because you know the origin of that user based on the click that landed to your website. You can try to create different strategies, create sense of urgency to add up. This is what we call a countdown layer to enhance that performance and to give a limited time frame for the validity of that offer. In this way, you can actually create different scenarios to different users, to different destinations, and to offer different approaches in order to learn on the traction of your campaigns and have your website to become much more dynamic and run for you more effectively. Offer your guests also timely emails, so you can add that email to your EDMs. There's ways in which you can enhance that user experience, whether even they save your search to be able to continue with the booking later, etc. And reassure your visitors that you're offering the best rate. There are 3 main questions that any user needs to answer before they purchase any product, no matter if it's a hotel or a mobile phone. The idea that this is a good product, so your online reputation will take place. This is the right product for me, so personalization, making sure that you trigger the right message to the right person, whether I'm searching for a single room between Monday and Thursday, perhaps I'm a business client. If I'm searching for a special room with extra bed for kids, I'm a family traveler. React to those needs. And the third question is, am I in the right place to purchase? So you will be able to do price comparisons in real time and also price matching opportunities. So if you find a disparity and you want to counter it on real time, you will be able to actually do a special discount for that particular user that made that particular search, in order to counter what an OTA disparity that may have been found. So this is part of the journey that the hotels network has created to grow your direct sales. Additionally, first of all, to understand what are the situations that happen on your booking funnel, using the data not from third-party sources, but your real data of users who showed intent, show actions within your website and your booking engine. Then take action on those situations in order to personalize user experience and optimize your campaigns. And then move on to optimize your performance. And
sorry, Ivan, you have 2 minutes, okay?
It's okay. I'm almost done, as close as now. Thank you very much for your time. And I don't know if there's any questions, or if this is the end of the session.
There's no questions. Ivan, thank you very much for the presentation.
All good.
Now it's Erik Muñoz from Lybra Tech. Thanks, Ivan. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be today. Can you see my screen okay right now?
Perfect. Hello, Erik. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine. Okay. You have 25 minutes to the presentation. Go ahead.
Thank you. Today I'm here speaking about the Lybra Assistant RMS. Lybra is part of the Zucchetti group of companies. Zucchetti is headquartered in Italy. We have more than 25,000 hotel customers collectively. When I say collectively, there are many companies within the Zucchetti group specifically focusing on hospitality. So different PMS systems, booking engines, CRS systems, channel managers, and of course, revenue management systems, which I'm focusing on today. Now, in revenue management, there are obviously different stages of your revenue management journey, or your, let's say, revenue management culture. But regardless of what stage you're at, one of the fundamental elements that's required for you to achieve better revenue performance or better revenue management processes is the optimization of data. And that's what I want to focus on today, is how Lybra in particular optimizes data to make life easier for you and effectively become your assistant, your revenue management assistant, in this case, the Lybra Assistant RMS, which is doing a lot of different work for you. Now, let's start by looking at the kind of data that Lybra is working with. Firstly, in terms of hotel data, what we're talking about is the PMS. So whether you're using Opera, Protel, or whatever, Muse, whatever PMS you may be using, Lybra will connect. And the way Lybra is a little bit different to most RMSs is that Lybra will connect to modern PMSs in a real-time way. What I mean by real-time is every time a reservation is received, or a cancellation, or a change of stay, each one of those reservation updates are synchronized again between the PMS and Lybra. Now, with older PMSs, we connect every hour or every 2 hours. So the frequency and the quality of data updates is very, very high. And when I talk about the PMS, I'm talking about 2 years of historical data and 1 year of future data. And then Lybra is also collecting your hotel competitor data. So Lybra is an RMS. Lybra is not a rate shopper, but Lybra does its own rate shopping for the purpose of better revenue management performance and better analytics. We can connect with a third-party rate shoppers, and we do that sometimes if the source of the prices is different to what is normally required. But Lybra will process its own prices. So you will give us a list of all of your hotel competitors, and Lybra will look at every room type, all the different prices, such as room only, breakfast inclusive, and for those resorts, half board and full board prices as well for different lengths of stay. And in terms of your competitor data, it's not just the pricing information, but also your hotel competitor's reputation details as well. So are we the same as Review Pro or Trust You? No, we're not an ORM. We're not an online reputation management system. We're an RMS, but we're an RMS who understands the value of hotel sentiment, hotel reputation, guest reviews. These are all very, very important pieces of data, just like hotel prices. And then we also look at your market to look at, for example, what special events are occurring in your local destination. You as the hotelier can always add your own special event data manually. However, automatically, Lybra will import a feed from online sources of all the different events that are occurring, not just big special events like Olympic Games, for example, in Tokyo, but other regional events as well. And then one of the most interesting pieces of market data that we've been working with recently, that I'm going to show you shortly, is flight search demand data. I'm talking about the collective pool of data which shows you globally which countries are searching for your particular destination. So if your hotel is in Singapore, most of your guests, obviously if they're not from Malaysia, where they can just drive over the border, but if you're in Singapore, most of your guests are flying in to your destination, right? So the flight search demand patterns are super important, especially to understand booking window, length of stay, different changes of stay patterns based on different geographies. So Lybra is collating all of these pieces of data into one platform to make your life so much easier. So let's now look at the visualization of the system. Now, this is a brief presentation. I think like was mentioned before, we have 25 minutes, which is a good time to give you a little snapshot of the platform. But one thing that I mentioned a bit earlier on that slide regarding data is Lybra is looking to understand your market demand. So when we talk about demand, we're really talking about two types of demand. Your hotel demand, of course, that's important. It's also important within the context of your overall market demand. In this demand pressure calendar, we have your overall market demand visualized in terms of the different shades of blue. So you can see in the legend below, the darkest shade of blue is indicating very high demand. The lightest shade is weaker demand, and there are 5 different levels for each day. This is one of the visualizations that we present. And like I mentioned before, there are many different elements that contribute to your market demand, not just flight searches, but competitor prices and many other details as well, special events, for example. The system, like all good assistants, the Lybra Assistant RMS is able to follow your instructions in terms of messages, special alerts that you may wish to be made aware of. And that is shown here in the message section, where price conditions in your market or any comparison between your hotel and your competitors' prices can be highlighted for you to consider and maybe take action. Like I mentioned before, with regards to your hotel pricing, your actual ranking of your prices relative to your competitors can also be seen. And then we move into more details of your prices. Now, I mentioned earlier that we're doing our own rate shopping within the platform itself. So we're looking 365 days in advance. We can look at different types of prices for any kind of room type, any kind of rate. And so if you wanted to look at specific prices for specific competitors, there's a dedicated menu for rate shopping to look at that. However, in here we have a summary of the major price changes. So you will already have the prices being fed automatically into the algorithm. So you don't need to do anything about each individual price into the future for every competitor. However, here we've highlighted for each of your competitors what dates are the four dates in the future where there are the biggest price changes. What was the room type? What did the rate used to be? Does the rate include breakfast? Yes or no? That way you can just glance and quickly understand which of your competitors are making the biggest changes for specific dates in the future. Then over here, we've got some segmentation data, but this segmentation is not segmentation like your PMS market segments. This is segmentation based on online guest reviews. So we look at all the different reviews for your hotel as well as your competitors, and then we divide them into different categories. So if the review came from a family or a couple or a single person staying by themselves, they'll be categorized accordingly. So we can see here that in this particular example, couples and also families are staying in your property, the Grand Hotel, far more frequently, far more volume than your competitors. However, groups and also solo travelers, they tend to stay with your competitors. So it's just an insight based on public data, not your PMS data, but public data, specifically reviews. And now we go into more detail in regards to your reviews, so you can see how your hotel is performing in each of these categories. How does that compare to your competitors' maximum or medium results? And then we also do another, provide another insight, which is called incidence. Now, incidence refers to specifically value for money. So Lybra is very, very tuned into understanding the relative value your property has with regards to competitors. So every time your guest is leaving reviews based on value for money, Lybra will also look very closely at what were the other elements of the guest stay in those reviews. So we can see here that free Wi-Fi, or the quality of your Wi-Fi and the comfort of the hotel stay, those are the two biggest elements that influence the guest's consideration of value for money. Now, obviously, the better value for money your property relative to your competitors, the stronger position you are in for repeat business and new business, obviously based on the reviews to support that. Now, the analysis, or let's say that the data behind your value for money is represented here in this metric, which we call CRI, which is Choice Relative Index. Because we have, within Lybra, we have all of your prices and also your competitors' prices in a real-time basis, right? That's being aggregated and collected in a real-time way. Then we also have your reputation data. We then combine those and give you a ranking or a score, let's say. Anytime your score is higher than 1.1, like in this case, we have 2, that's great. That essentially means, statistically, anyone looking to make a new booking who is looking at your hotel or your competitor's hotel, statistically, will choose your property before the other one. With removing emotion, removing any loyalty, but based purely on prices and reputation, in this example, your hotel's in a very strong position. Now, if you had a low score there, which would be, and this is all explained in the pop-up box, right? But if you had a lower score, like under 0.9, that's indicating statistically you're not in a great position. You still may have, bookings coming in, of course, depending on demand, but your offering, your overall offering on a value equation is weaker than your competitors. And then, of course, there are other pieces of data that we have here in the dashboard. But let me just take you across to the flight search demand that I talked about a bit earlier, I used Singapore as an example when I spoke about how valuable flight search demand is, because Singapore really is a destination where, like I said before, if you're not local or from Malaysia where you can drive over the border, most guests are flying in. And obviously international guests are landing at Changi Airport. It's the one major airport in Singapore. In my demo example, my hotel's in Rome. And Rome, if you don't know, has two airports, Ciampino and Fiumicino. So we're looking at aggregated flight search demand for those two airports. In London, we're looking at 4 or 5 different airports. Paris is similar. So depending on your hotel location, we will map one or more airports that are relevant to your property. And of course, you have control. You can look at, show me the demand for my property for the last week or month, or whatever time frame you want. Or you can look at specific demand for a specific check-in period. You might already be wanting to know about, let's say, the last week of August. Okay, so you can select that as the stay dates, where you can filter out all the other noise and look at specifically demand for that particular time of the year. Now, we've got lots of different metrics in here. We've got a summary of, let's say, local, which is shown here as national, so local guests and foreign guests. What's the mix of flight search between local and foreign? And in the background, you can see the blue shading background. That's just indicating special events. And if I move my mouse over those dates, the specific event on those dates is also appearing in my pop-up. So you've got a mix of domestic demand, foreign demand, and then we break that demand down into different booking windows. What's the average booking window between those two markets? They're very similar, 48 and 51 respectively. And then what's the mix or the breakdown in terms of passengers? So solo travelers, couples, families, small groups, etc. Then we go into a visualization here, which is obviously a map in the center part of your screen, and we also have a list over here. So let's just zoom this in a little bit. Remember, my demo hotel is in Italy. Now, I can look at any country on the map just by highlighting those countries by using my mouse. And it's showing me the global share, the global percentage of flight searches from each of those destinations, or points of origin, let's say. Or I have a list here on the right-hand side. Now, my list is already sorted from greatest to lowest. So my biggest market is my domestic market, that's Italy. Then I have Spain, US, France, etc. And you can see what the trend has been in flight searches by the smaller numbers there. Red indicates it's a decreasing trend, and green would indicate that it's an increasing trend. And in this particular case, we're looking at a 7-day or a week's trend. So you can look at this particular data in a very, very flexible way. Now, if you wanted to, let's say, take some action or understand a bit more, it's great to know where the demand is coming from. Particularly, let's say if you're looking at a market like the US, maybe the US isn't a market you normally were linked with. But here we can show you that your third biggest market is the US. You have most of those guests are solo travelers. In fact, 70% of all flight searches in this case are for solo travelers. And they're looking about 9 days ahead. The booking window is quite short. Under 2 weeks as a booking window is the average for solo travelers. You can see it varies a little bit in different categories. And then you can see the average length of stay. So from a revenue management point of view, being able to understand length of stay and booking window and a little bit of passenger segmentation makes life so much easier. But remember, Lybra is connecting to the flight search demand and also your PMS data. So we take things even one step further, and we provide you here with a market penetration analysis. Now, how is this different to the other map we saw? Well, you already have these countries highlighted. So you can see here, we've got the US over here, and obviously Spain highlighted in green, and they're listed here as well. Now, in your hotel PMS, you already have bookings from China, from Russia, from the UK, France, Germany, and Italy. So you can see those countries here where you already have bookings in your PMS. Remember, we connect to the PMS. However, you've got no bookings in your PMS from either Spain or the US. But we saw with your flight search demand, there are people in those countries searching for your destination. So you're missing out. So this is your trigger. This is the insight for your sales team to contact all of the different travel partners you have in those markets to say, hey, remember us, we're still here, don't forget about us, because you actually have the data. And the data is showing you and telling you that there is demand from those destinations, but you haven't actually received any bookings from those destinations. So we're combining your property management system with flight search demand to, again, be a better assistant for you and give you meaningful insights, not just data for the sake of showing you graphs and showing you different reports, but meaningful data that you can actually take action on. And so let's say the aggregation of a lot of this information is within your daily processes. So in the calendar, we show you here a summary of your, let's say 365-day horizon. And then we break down each day in that 1 year horizon in terms of more detail. Now, in terms of your summary here, you can see your relative performance in terms of revenue, occupancy, or average rate, for example. And your relative performance is green or red. Obviously, green is good, red is not so good. And when we talk about revenue, we're talking about your revenue on the books, or BOB. Some people like to say Bob. What's your Bob situation? Business on the books compared to the same time last year. If it's stronger than where you were last year, it's green. If it's weaker, it's red. And now you can also do more of a detailed analysis by highlighting any range of dates where you'd like to know more information. And now we're showing you that particular, or those particular range of dates by different pieces of segmentation based on your hotel PMS. So in your PMS, you might have market segmentation, source of booking, channels, etc., nationalities. Now, if you look at, for example, segmentation, you can see here that each segmentation is looking pretty good. Airline crew and meetings are pretty flat or a bit lower, but you can always do your own analysis here. So if you looked at nationalities, for example, now in this demo example, I've got last year's information is in green, this year is in blue. My French market has dropped down from last year. So if I wanted to highlight, let's say, just the French market, I click on France, and then I can then go over, look at my segmentation to understand which part of the French market is down. Well, actually, the airline crew is stronger, but it's the meeting segment, the tour segment, and also the corporate segment that have really dropped down. So being able to drill down into more detail is extremely useful. And this is just one particular, let's say, analysis that you can achieve from within the calendar. When you're on specific dates where there are price recommendations, on any particular date, if you have more questions, you can always click to understand exactly what's occurring now versus what happened last year. Show me the mix of business. Again, the mix of business can be broken down by different metrics based on your PMS data. If you would like to understand the nature of your pickup can also be analyzed by different lead times towards your booking date, Also, your pickup can be analyzed by segmentation. But if you're somebody that doesn't have time or doesn't want to look at this information in so much detail, you can look at this or visualize this in a much more simple way. So I can see a summary of my pickup.
Sorry, Erik, you have 3 minutes.
Oh, that's plenty of time. Thank you. I'm watching the clock while I'm speaking. I'm aware how much time I've got left. So, but thank you anyway.
Don't
for
worry.
telling me. So you can also look at your relative price changes. How dynamic have your price changes been over the last couple of months versus your competitors? So my hotel prices are shown in the black line. My orange line is showing my competitors, and my occupancy pickup is shown there in the blue area. And of course, you can go into other areas like your specific hotel competitors to understand what their prices are. Let's say for either room only, are they still selling room only rates, or they're only offering, in this case, breakfast inclusive, half board, full board. And again, because we're not reliant on a third party to do the rate shopping, we can show anything we'd like in terms of the rate data. So what's really useful here is, in addition to showing you the competitors' prices for specific room types, we also show you the absolute lowest price for that particular day, regardless of the room type. So again, this was just a summary of how you can visualize this information. And for me, I think the most, let's say, important message I'd like to communicate today is that as we've all been experiencing over the last 15 or 16 months, quite a huge impact, a catastrophic impact really on the hotel business and travel industry in general, the ability to use data such as flight search demand data, real-time demand information is going to be a real differentiator. So you can, when the owner or your GM is asking you the question, which you may have already had 20 times this month, and that question is, when will business come back? When do you think things will return or start to return? Like many hoteliers have that same question. Now you have data. Now you actually can say, well, you know what? Italy, China, Russia, UK, France, Germany, we're seeing bookings already, but we believe there's potential from Spain and the US. And again, you can have a conversation about that. You can have a marketing and sales strategy or campaign around that. So use this data to rebound from the situation we've been in, and in turn perform a lot better. So I'm so happy to speak with you today. You've got my contact details, you know our website address, so please don't be shy. Connect however you prefer to connect, and we'll be happy to continue the conversation another time.
Thank you, Erik. It's amazing. It's very powerful, Lybra. Thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you.
And all contact details for Lybra is in traveltech.space. Huh? Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks, Erik.
Thank you.
Let me introduce Miss. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Next from ISO. How are you?
Hello. Very well.
Okay,
thank you.
Okay, Mrs. Sinak, you have 25 minutes to the presentation.
Sure, let me share my screen.
Okay.
Hi, can you see my screen?
No yet.
Just give me a minute.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. Just let me add. Okay.
Let me put this on a slideshow. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Smriti from ISL Technologies, and I'm here to give you a demo of our product and also explain how ISL is unique and different from many other hotel solutions across the globe. So there are a lot of solutions which are specialized in channel manager or distribution. There are specialized solutions for property management systems and specialized solutions for revenue management systems. But there are very few products which is an all-in-one solution for hotels. And that is where ISL comes in. So ISL has all these products under one roof. So there is a revenue management and automated dynamic pricing system. There is a property management system. A lot of our clients are chain properties, so you can access multiple properties through ISL. There is a channel manager for distribution to all the online travel portals, competition hotel rate shopper, a lot of analytics and reports, customer reviews and reputation management, booking engine and website, and OTA management. So there is a full stack solution to manage and market hotels. Now, hotels can opt for an all-in-one system, or they can pick and choose whichever products is relevant to them. Now, what makes ISL unique and different from other solutions is that it is a one-stop solution. So all those products are seamlessly integrated with each other. The data transfer between each of them is real-time. And it really saves hotels the hassle of dealing with multiple solutions from multiple partners. It is a simple, easy to use cloud-based system. So it is designed so that there is minimum training required to use the product. And the founder has his own brand of hotels. So these hotels really are the testing ground before any product is launched in the market. Now, before I get to the different pricing models of ISL and the attractive pricing, let me give you a sneak peek into the actual product of ISL. So I'm going to share with you the demo of ISL. So here we have the dashboard of ISL Dynamic Pricing and Revenue Management System. This is a hotel in India, and you can see the 3 different room categories, and you can see how over the next 10 days, the room rate is different almost every single day. Now, these are the prices which are getting calculated by ISL Dynamic Pricing System, and it is automatically getting pushed through the channel manager to all the online travel portals. Now, in case a hotel does not agree by the system recommended rates, there is an option for hotels to turn off the dynamic pricing. They can see the system recommended rates, and they can always override by whatever rate they would like to push through all the online channels. But what is important to note is when they do this, the rate remains constant until the end of this day. And therefore, we always ask hotels to use this option only in exceptional cases, because only then they will have the actual benefit of an automated dynamic pricing system. Now, coming to how these prices are getting calculated by ISL, let me show you the admin of ISL where the dynamic pricing model is configured. The first factor is the occupancy-based pricing. Now, this property here is a 39-room hotel. And when you see this graph on the right-hand side, you can see the number of rooms on the x-axis. We have the room rates in Indian currency on the y-axis. And the red line shows how with every room that is being sold online, the room rate is increasing. And as the hotel goes on a higher occupancy, the increment per room sold becomes steeper as compared to when the hotel is on a lower occupancy. So this graph can be very different for a leisure hotel. It can be very different for a business property. So really it depends on the type of the hotel, the location of the property, and accordingly this factor can be set up. Now, how this factor is different from most revenue management system is that these systems use something called an occupancy-based pricing slabs. And how these slabs work is that they wait for a hotel to achieve a certain occupancy percentage, and only then the price jumps from bar 1 to say bar 2. Similarly, they again wait for the next level of occupancy percentage to be achieved before the rate again jumps from bar 2 to bar 3. And what is important to note is when the occupancy percentage is between the first slab, the rate remains constant. IOCell, on the other hand, has a linear pricing algorithm. So it really doesn't matter what is the occupancy of the hotel because every room is being sold at a different price, and that is the optimum price for that room at that given time. The next factor I want to show you is the inventory reallocation. Now, this is again very unique to IOCell dynamic pricing system, and this is a practice most hotels do, especially during lean season, where they overbook their base category and they expect those guests to be upgraded to the higher categories. Now, the system is doing exactly the same thing in a more systematic manner, where it's allocating a higher percentage of available rooms in the base category and then expecting those guests to be upgraded to the higher categories. Now, if a hotel does not want their suite or the premium category to be a part of inventory reallocation, they can always turn that off, which means that the actual available inventory of suite room will remain and the inventory reallocation will happen only between the first two categories. Now, it does not mean that all these allocated rooms will be sold at the lowest price of the base category, because remember, in the occupancy-based pricing graph, even if it is the base category, each room is being sold at a different price. The third factor which I want to show you is the time-based factors. Now, we all know how customers today are booking either on the same day or a day prior. And here we can set up time-based triggers, and depending on the occupancy of the hotel, we can actually increase or decrease prices automatically. Now, these prices are not set in stone, so we can set up as many time-based triggers as the hotel would like. And you can see how here every 2 hours the hotel has made the prices decrease by 2%. Till the hotel reaches 6 p.m., the hotel is okay to give a 10% discount. So the scale of 0.9 is a 10% discount. And the whole idea is that they would like to sell all the unsold inventory for the same day at a discounted price. Now, this again is a feature which you will not see in most revenue management systems. The next factor is the lead time day-wise factor. So here we define the booking window, which is 1 year, meaning starting from today, which is day 1, for the next 1 year, the price will be dynamic, it will be automated. And if you pick up any booking in the next 1 year, the price will automatically increase. And similarly, if there is a cancellation, the price will automatically decrease. And even in this window, you can see that on day 1, there is a discount of 10% given, which is with the same idea that they would like to sell the unsold inventory for the same day. And as we gradually go further away, the rates are increasing. And again, we do not want to pick up a room rate today for a booking which is coming 3 months down the line. And we don't want to pick those bookings at a low rate, and we don't want to dilute a group booking or a corporate booking that may come on those dates. So this is the fourth factor of our pricing algorithm. We have weekday factors. So here, this is a business property, and you can see how Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the price is increased by 5% and 3% respectively. And the Sunday is a 10% because obviously the occupancy in a business hotel is lowest in the weekends. The scenario will be absolutely opposite in a leisure property where the weekends will be busier and the weekdays will be lean. So this factor can be set up according to the type of the hotel. Then we have seasons. So we can set up as many date-wise seasons as we would like. So we can have date-wise seasons, and we can actually define our long weekends, our peak seasons, our lean seasons. And even in this season, we can actually select whether we would like that rate increase or decrease to be applicable on all days of the week or just the weekends or the weekdays. Then we have month-wise factors. So remember, ISL does dynamic pricing for the next 1 year. So it is important to mark all the peak seasons, the lean seasons, and the shoulder months. And here, as you can see how the October rates are reduced by 15% because this property does lower occupancy in October, whereas the January and February rates are increased by 10 and 20% respectively because these are the peak months for this property. Then we have market demand. So ISL reads market demand from booking.com, and it actually tells whether the demand into the city is higher than average or lower than average. And accordingly, it can automatically increase or decrease the prices. However, the market demand will include all segments of hotels. So whether it's 5-star properties or independent homestays, it will have all the demand included in this factor. But if you want something more specific, there is a competition factor. So ISL actually takes your top 5 competition hotels, and depending on the changes in your competition hotel rates, ISL can automatically increase or decrease prices. Now, just to explain this factor better, let me show you the competition rate shopper. So as I mentioned, we can configure up to your top 5 competition hotels. You can view your hotel rates in comparison with your competition hotel rates in a graph view or in a table view here. And then we can set up validations. So these validations, when they are true, ISL can actually send you just a notification or an email alert, or it can automatically increase or decrease your rates. Now, let me give you an example of a validation. So if our hotel rate is less than or greater than, and I can give an absolute value or a percentage, and compared to my competition hotel, I can choose to just get an email alert when this validation is true, or I can have ISL automatically increase or decrease my rates. Now, here is where I select a factor. So every time this validation is true, ISL will automatically decrease my hotel prices. And how these factors are quantified is at the admin level, where we select decrease factors, which means that ISL will automatically reduce by 10%. Lastly, we have thresholds. So we can define our minimum and maximum rates. We can define it at an overall level, or we can even define our minimum and maximum thresholds at a room category or a rate plan level. So these are thresholds that the systems will never violate regardless of whatever the calculations or the market scenario is. So all these factors work in conjunction with each other. So there is no single factor which is given a higher weightage. And then the prices are automatically pushed through our channel manager to all the online channel partners. Now, these factors are not set in stone. So if there is a change in the pricing strategy or a market scenario, one can always go back and tweak these factors. Or there is an option of keeping all the factors constant. There is an overall demand scale. So if we want all the factors to just increase by 20%, all I have to do is just change the scale from 0.65 to 0.85 and submit, and all the rates will increase by 20%. So really it's as easy as just changing one number, and all the factors will increase or decrease according to your pricing strategy. So this is how ISL dynamic pricing algorithm works, and automatically pushes all these rates to the online channel portals. Then we have update rooms. So this option is only applicable for those hotels where they are not using the ISL PMS, or if their current PMS is not integrated and they don't choose to integrate with ISL. In that case, they can always use this option to update their actual available number of rooms. Now, all the online bookings are automatically getting updated, so you don't need to go and use this option. It's only for those hotels where they have taken a walk-in or an offline booking. In that case, they need to go and update their actual available rooms and save, and then the system will again recalculate prices and push to all the online travel portals. Again, I want to mention that this is only in those hotels who do not have their PMS or who choose to not integrate their PMS or who don't use ISL PMS. Then we have a bulk update option. So you can choose a date range, you can update inventory, you can update rates. Minimum rate that I showed you at the dynamic pricing model, if you want to change that for a given date range, you can increase or decrease the minimum rate. The increment is the difference between each room categories if you want to increase or decrease that for a specific date range. And then we have restrictions. So in case you want to do a stop sell for any room category or a rate plan, close to arrival, minimum length of stay. So all these combinations are there in case you want to do it for all the channels, or if you want to do it just for a specific channel, we have all the options available here. Then we have live bookings. So here is where hotels can see all the bookings which are coming from online channels. They can even download this file. You see the source of bookings. You can see the names of the customers, when were they booked, check-in, check-out time, the meal plan, and the price. And when we click on the price, we can actually see the breakup of the price into tax, commission, and what is the final net amount to the hotel and how much the customer has to pay to the hotels. There is also an option of marking no-shows. So you know how hotels have to go to the booking.com extranet to mark no-shows. But you don't need to do that. If you're using ISL, you can straight away mark no-show from here itself, and it will get marked on the booking.com platform. And then we have mapping. So this is primarily used by our team, but in case you just want to see which are the channels which are connected, you can just see that from here. Usually we always keep the rates in parity in all the channels, but in case there is a requirement where you want to have the rates higher on one specific channel, you can always do that from here. So here, if I change the rate factor by 1.1, it means I have increased my rates in Agoda by 10%. So there is this option available. However, we always recommend to have rate parity in all the connected channels. So this is our automated dynamic pricing and revenue management and channel manager. I would like to show you all the analytics that are available in ISL. So as I mentioned, a lot of our clients are chain properties, and for the benefit of their corporate office, we have a daily report which can be configured to come to their email ID. And this report will basically, in one snapshot, give them the performance of all their hotels in terms of occupancy, what was the business closed last night in terms of revenue, room nights, what was the average room rate, and also what was the pickup in each of these properties in terms of revenue, room nights, ARR, what is the customer review score in each of my properties, as well as what is the channel-wise performance the previous day in my entire chain. Now, in case I want to see what is the pickup in each of my properties, I have a pickup report. So I can see it for a previous day, or you can see it for a date range. So basically, it tells us that between this date range, the number of room nights that I have picked up for my hotels at what average rate. And then the breakup of that in all my hotels. If I want to see where these 210 rooms have come from, which channels, I just click here to understand which channels have actually performed for this particular property. So really, this particular report is useful for corporate office to understand which of your properties are performing, are picking up business, and which channels. So there is a channel-wise performance for all your properties, so that you know which channels are performing and which ones require your attention. Then we have an overall analytics. So as I mentioned, there is a lot of analytics on ISL. You can see these monthly, weekly, daily. You can see the trend of all your hotels in terms of occupancy, average room rate, revenue per available room, total sales and room nights, and the breakup of that between all the different channels. You can see it in a graph view or in a table view. And then if you want to see the hotel-wise performance, the breakdown of the overall hotels into all your various properties, you can see the occupancy percentage in each of your hotels, the average room rate in each of your hotels, the total sales and room nights, and the breakup of that into various sources. Now, this is for your overall group, but in case you want to see the analytics for each of your properties, you can even dive deep into each of your hotels. So here again, there is a daily report for one of the properties. And as I mentioned, this can be configured to come to your email every morning. And this will give you a snapshot of all the action that happened in your property the previous night. This will have information like what was your occupancy the previous day, what was your average room rate, what was your RevPAR, where did all the business come from, which were the sources, how many times the dynamic pricing has changed for your property, was it overridden, what were your competition rates, how many customer reviews have you got, and at what is the average score. And if you have any booking.com pending invoices, it actually highlights it for you so that it acts as a reminder for you to make timely payments. So this is a daily report for an individual property. We have a pickup report for individual hotels. So here you can see date-wise which day in future you are picking up business and at what rate you are picking up those business. Similarly, you can see this particular report month-wise. So you can see which month in future you are picking up business. So if you do see any action happening in future months, you know those months are action months and you can always go back and change those prices. And you have a channel-wise performance for individual properties as well. Then we have forecast report. So here we can get the next 10 days forecast. So we already have the last year's occupancy and revenue per day fed into the system. It actually calculates and looks at the business on books and what is the market demand on each of these dates. And depending on that, it forecasts what will be the occupancy in each of these days and what is the expected pickup from each of the channels and what is the bar rate for that day. So depending on what the forecast of that day is, it will actually tell us what should be the best available rate for that day. There are a lot of analytics which I'm going to show you. We have lots of trends analysis which can be seen monthly, weekly, daily. So there is a lead time analysis. So when do you get your majority of bookings, which is here the same day? What is your length of stay? Which day of the week do you get your majority of bookings? Last minute is your last 24 hours. So when do you, at what time do you get your maximum bookings? So here it's 1500 hours and then there is a dip in bookings. So you can set up your discounts according to that. And then a lot of other trends like cancellation percentages, room nights by occupancy, so on and so forth.
Sorry, Ms. Singh, you have 2 minutes.
Sure. So as I mentioned, we have lots of reviews and reputations. So you can see all the reviews from online travel portals, and you can even see the detailed view of which are the reviews and even respond to each of these reviews. There is an OTA management. So you can see all your bookings from various OTAs. These are your checkout bookings. You can see the breakup into various commission and download this. Invoices act as a reminder for payments for each of these OTAs. Content score will basically give you in a snapshot what is the content score in each of your OTAs. Commission will tell you what is the commission you're paying in each of the OTAs. And rate disparity is basically going to highlight so that you take proactive actions if your rates are in parity or not in parity. And last product I want to show you is our booking engine. So we do have a booking engine for all our products, and you can see, if you do use our website and booking engine, we always make sure the price on the booking engine is slightly lower so that you get more direct bookings. And you also have something called a discount coupon. So in case you want to have any coupons given to, say, your friends and family or your travel agents, you can always have a discount set up. and give this discount to your travel agents. So every time they go to your website and make a booking through this coupon, they get a 20% discount off the best available rate for that day. So this is our booking engine, the coupon codes. We also have a very simple, easy to use PMS, which is designed in a way that there is very minimum training required for your staff. So all your check-in, check-outs, creating of walk-in customers, you have guest history database. If you have company corporate race, you can set that up. A lot of reports are there. So detailed reports for all these are there. They can be configured to come to your email. You can set up a lot of point of sale, so bar, restaurants, spa, everything can be set up in IOSL POS. And then we have stores management as well. So basically, as I mentioned, IOSL is an all-in-one hotels management solution. So really everything that you need to manage and market your property is here in IOSL. I hope I was able to cover. It was most of it, but please do reach out to us in case you want a detailed demo. Thank you for listening and have a great day.
Thank you. Could you please share your contact details?
Yes,
email
I'll do that.
or address?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay.
Oh, right here?
Yeah. For the audience.
Sure. It is smriti.singh@iosl.com. Do I have a place where I can say?
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Thank you. And have a great day.
Bye-bye. Okay. Our next guest is Erik Wong. Erik.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. Welcome again. Okay, Erik.
Thank you.
Erik is for Infor. Erik, you have 25 minutes for the presentation. If you like to share your screen.
Sure. I'm going to try to share my screen right now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, let me.
Can you see my screen right now?
Yes, let me add your screen.
Perfect.
Now it's available. Okay, you have 25 minutes. Thanks.
Well, thank you very much. And my name is Erik Wong, and I oversee Infor Hospitality for Asia Pacific. Thank you very much for joining me today, and it is a great pleasure for me to share with you who Infor and Infor Hospitality are, and also some of our products that we bring into our hospitality industry. First of all, just a little bit about Infor and Infor Hospitality. Infor has been in business for over the last 20 some odd years. And over the last few years, we've really gone through a big transformation in terms of focusing on being an industry cloud company. What that means is that we're really focusing on bringing industry-specific cloud-based solutions to the various industries that we service, whether it's food and beverage, whether it's manufacturing, and definitely for hospitality. Infor itself is a fairly large organization. We have annual revenues of about $3 billion US. We have offices covering 45 over 45 countries with over 17,000 employees working for us globally. We have customers in various different sectors. In total, we service about 65,000 customers around the globe. And for hospitality, we have about 20,000 customers around the world. One of the things that's unique for Infor is that Infor is a privately owned company, and we belong to we belong to the Coke Industries family, and that really allows us a lot of flexibility in terms of thinking in the long term and also working with our customers. One of the key things, or one of the interesting facts about Coke Industries companies is that we reinvest about 90% of our earnings back into the companies for people development, for product development. So we really put a lot of resources back into the companies to further develop our products. We are a cloud-based company, and over the last number of years, our historical uptime is over 99.9%. That's very important as a cloud-based solution organization. And in total, we have over 25 years of experience in delivering hospitality solutions to our customers. And one of the proudest things that I like to mention to our customers is that over the last number of years, our customer satisfaction score is consistently scoring at around the 90% range. And that's something that's very important to our customers. Our strategy is really to focus on industries, and hospitality makes up about 10% of our organization. So it's a key part of our growth strategy. And from a cloud perspective, we focus on building cloud native applications to deliver to our customers. So that a lot of all the products that I'm going to talk to you about today are all cloud native. They're all built for the cloud. It's not like we put a solution just into a data center and call it a cloud-based solution. We focus on analytics. We help our customers get information out of their systems to make sense of these information. And in the last few years, we've really started our journey in AI and infusing AI into some of our applications. And our ultimate goal is really to deliver smart applications to the industry to help our customers be more successful. From our products perspective, the Infor Cloud Suite Hospitality delivers cloud-based solutions to our industry. We have our property management solution called Infor HMS that helps our hotels do check-in, check-out, housekeeping. I'll go a little bit deeper for HMS in a later slide, but it basically helps our customers run their front of the house and also reservations and all that operations. We have a dining solution. We have a point of sale solution, although that's only available in North America right now. We will be bringing it to Asia Pacific in the near future. We also have a table and asset reservation solution, which goes hand in hand with our point of sale and also our sales and catering solution as well. For hotels that run a lot of conferences or meetings, our sales and catering solution is a cloud-based solution that can help them run different events. And it also has a full-blown B2B CRM in place that helps you manage all your sales contacts. For revenue management, we have a comprehensive solution called EasyRMS, and we also have a much more simplified solution called Hospitality Price Optimizer. The pricing optimizer is really to help hotels that are smaller in scale, to help them price appropriately based on artificial intelligence. Last but not least, to manage the back of the house, we have a number of solutions in place. A lot of you might have heard of our financials, Infor Sun Systems. Some of you might have even used it. It's very popular in our industry. We also have an enterprise-grade BI tool called Burst, and also a budgeting and forecasting tool for finance called DEPM. So these are the products that we bring into our industry to help our customers be successful in what they do. And we are very grateful and fortunate to have some of the world-renowned brand using our solutions across the different regions. And in Asia Pacific, some of the names that you may recognize might be Mandarin Oriental Hotel Group, Aman Resorts, Shama, Artisan. Some of these hotels are really important business partners with us to continue our journey in the journey of digitalization. Now we're going to go a little bit deeper into some of our applications. For HMS, our property management solution, like I said before, it's built from the ground up for the cloud. It's multi-tenanted, so everyone is using the same application across the world. It's really designed to enhance guest experience. When we designed this application about over 10 years ago, it's been in the market for just about 10 years. We really wanted to allow the hoteliers to deliver unique and special guest experience to their guests. So we incorporated a lot of different functions and features into the product. For example, mobility. We have different native mobile apps that we deliver to our clients that allow them to, whether to do in-room check-in, whether to do line busting at the front office, at the front desk, or to do e-signature capture on the reg cards. We really wanted hotels to embrace like a new type of technology to help them with delivering services to their guests. It is a tested and proven solution around the world. We have over 1,700 installations around the world, whether it's hotels, resorts, casinos. We also support over 9 different languages, and we've been installed in over 70 different countries around the world. We have tools to help you as hoteliers to really know who your guests are, so you can actually design the guest experiences that you need to deliver a wonderful experience to them. Whether your hotel is in China, whether it's in Singapore, whether it's in the North America, we work with our partner AWS to deliver a seamless experience to your operating staff to actually get to know the staff and be able to share that information across the different properties around the globe. Our solution is also designed to be able to tailor to your operations. The screens can be customized to what you need from a operational standpoint. You can add different fields. We have like over 30 different user-defined fields for all these different screens that you can add to the experience of your guest and also to the need of your operations. Last but not least, our solution is built on an open platform, an open architecture. It really allows our customers to have the flexibility to work with other solutions. I know some organizations have applications that would say they have all-in-one, but a lot of the times in our industry, you want to build a best-of-breed solution for your operation, and we allow for that, and we appreciate that. So we really encourage our customers to look at, what they need to do from a solution perspective, and we try to meet their requirements accordingly. The second application I want to talk to you about is our sales and catering solution. Again, it's a cloud-native solution. We have event lifecycle technology built inside our application that helps organizations to standardize and automate sales processes across your organization, whether it's one property, whether it's multiple property. We are designed to help you with your processes. We also have our CRM and Salesforce automation process to help expedite the lead to close process for your sales organization. We also deliver self-service capabilities to empower your customers. They can go onto a portal and make inquiries about hosting an event at your location. They can also go onto the website to look at the different venues, the different pricing, and look at different packages as well. Again, our solutions are built on open API, so it's easy to integrate with other third-party solutions. And last but not least, it's got a very powerful reporting capability, so you can actually look at, and measure the performance of your sales organization very easily. With regard to yield management, we have a comprehensive yield management solution or revenue management solution called EasyRMS. It's been deployed to over 5,000 different properties around the world. It's a completely cloud-based solution, nothing to install at your location. It looks at different streams of revenues. It's not just room revenues that we look at. We look at rooms, food and beverage, conference space, as many streams as you need to look at to really optimize the overall revenues for your organization. We also have different additional modules where you can look at group bookings and also contracts to make sure that you maximize the opportunities in these different areas. We also have conference-based optimization built within our solution where you can actually optimize conference revenues as well. The solution is built on machine learning and AI-powered science-driven optimization. So it has its own optimization engine within the application, and it can take it takes on all the transactional information from your PMS into our solution, and then we do the optimization on our solution. It's a very, very powerful software, and it can work with various different property management solution. And of course, it works alongside with our HMS solution and sales and catering solution as well. If you manage a number of different properties, if you manage properties across different regions, sometimes it's very difficult to get information to compare the different properties. If you have different brands and all that, it might be very time consuming, and it's very manual in terms of putting all these numbers into spreadsheet. We have a tool called Hospitality Analytics that brings information from all the different properties that you may have across the world, across the globe, to really put all these information into standardized metrics. For example, you can look at pace reports between different properties. You can look at pickups, what's on the books. You can look at key performance indicators of the properties across different areas. And you can compare, if they are similar properties, you can compare, like, same brand, same region. You can look at, really look into, like, different type of analysis. And again, we bring in all the transactional information from your PMS into our solution, and with the touch of the button, you'll be able to drive all these analytics out of our solution. And it is available anytime and anywhere. All of our solutions are built with mobility in place. So basically, you can use our software anywhere, anytime that you need to use them. Now, last but not least, in terms of why Infor? Infor is very hospitality focused. We have a team of professionals that are focused on hospitality with a lot of hospitality experience built within the team. We are driven for innovation. We have multi-tenanted applications across the board with a lot of mobility functionalities built into our software, and they are all built on open architecture where we can actually allow for a lot of integrations to take place. If you're looking for a modern and beautiful user experience, we have an in-house agency that designs the user experience for all of our applications within Infor, and it is flexible to fit what your operations require from an operating perspective. Because we are cloud-based, because we are deployed around the globe, from a deployment standpoint, we can be very quick. So in terms of, like, time to value, in terms of, like, when you sign up to deploy our applications to go live, it can be only a matter of weeks that can happen. So again, like, gone are the days where you need a number of months to do an install. Now we can do an install within a number of weeks or a couple weeks. We offer a full suite of product to our customers, but we also allow for our customers to build best of breed solutions as well. And last but not least, the architecture of the internet. We leverage our partnership with AWS, Amazon Web Services, to provide our customers with scalability, reliability, and security across the globe. And that brings us to the end to my presentation. And I want to thank you for your time. And I look forward to hearing from you if you have any questions or any inquiries that you may have on our solutions. And my email address is Erik, E-R-I-C, .Wong @infor.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Erik. Thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, we have another presentation now. Thanks, Erik.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
When talking about building engagement and excitement through virtual experiences, the finest platform out there, Virtual Console, offers an unmatched solution. A do-it-for-you platform, Virtual Console offers an end-to-end tech solution that enables our clients to create personalized and custom events in just 48 hours. While the platform remains easy to use and navigate, assistance and support is available at every step to create a seamless experience. Not only is the platform scalable, varying participant sizes, it has proven to be cost-efficient. Let's explore the various features that Virtual Console has to offer. The attendees log in using an email ID or mobile number and enter the lobby area, which has event and partner branding, along with various speaker profiles and agenda for the event. Public and one-on-one chat functionalities, along with breakout rooms, enable attendee interaction. Attendees then proceed to the auditorium, where all the action lies. And the Expo Center offers partners their booths with networking and lead generation opportunities. Attendees can see glimpses of the event in the gallery. Virtual Console offers in-depth event analytics to ascertain and track the attendee touchpoints, time spent across various functions, and beyond. Let us have a look at something Virtual Console recently put together for one of our clients with over 3,000 attendees. A creative, captivating, customized, and cost-efficient solution by Virtual Console that meets the purpose and delivers beyond expectations. With the changing times and trends, it's time to bet big on virtual events and experiences. Trust us to be the virtual event solution specialist you need. Virtual Console, here to deliver. Book your demo with us.
Hello.
Welcome, Hugo. Hello, how are you? Fine?
And you?
Okay, fine, perfect, Hugo. Okay, go ahead, Hugo. You have 25 minutes to the presentation.
Oh, I only take 15 maximum.
Okay.
Don't worry. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Hugo. I'm head of commercial strategy and revenue management at RMUB. RMUB is a hub for development for strategy for all the hotels in the world. We are based in Portugal. Actually, we have three sub-brands, let's say, and our main goal is to bring revenue management strategy to everyone, no exception. So first, we have RM Academy, which is our brand focus and trainings specialized in revenue management. We are the first in Portugal training company focused only on revenue management. All our trainers are professionals with experience in all the big brands in the world: Marriott International, EHG, Hotels and Resorts, Accor, and others. Actually, we have more than 100 trainings, more than 500 trainees, and we do trainings online to every single country in the world. So our trainees are international and global. The second brand is RM All-in-One. It is our consultancy brand and consulting company where we do the implementation and the recommendation of the best practice of revenue management in the world, personalized to every single hotel that works with us. At this moment, we have more than 3,000 rooms, more in Portugal and Spain, but also in UK, US, Brazil, Austria, Greece, and other countries in the Europe. Our clients are different kinds of hotels. So we have big chains, international big chains, also single in independent boutique hotels. At this moment, the all-in-one service gets you a personalized and dedicated revenue manager, and revenue management system, plus a rate shopper. And the last brand that normally makes part of the RMUB universe is RM Accelerate. This brand is a result of the demand of our customers that revenue cannot be separated from sales. So RM Accelerate is a sales department that you can hire in outsourcing model. These hotels that don't have a budget or don't have the knowledge on international sales or sales pitch, how to sell better, not more, but also better, we get them this service from RM Accelerate. It's here that we do the sales business plan, where we develop also a marketing plan and all the prospection strategy. We also do all the online, offline, B2B and B2C intermediation with focus on some market targets, and all the three brands, so RM Academy, RM Accelerate, and RM All-in-One, bring the three very complementary and complete combo that we have: the revenue management, the sales, and the training. So with these three area of interventions, we think that RMUB can be a big help and a big support for any single hotel in the world. Our team are mainly revenue managers with experience in the big companies, like the big brands, the big American brands, the big French brands, and mostly we are bringing to the hotels personalized treatment and customer service. And that's what we normally do. That's a simple presentation of our company and the 3 areas of intervention of them. And with this, we are trying to help every single hotel. So if you are a hotel that don't have budget or don't have structure or don't know if you are doing well or not, or if you are correcting applying your sales budget or marketing budget, feel free to reach us anywhere. Also, if, for example, you can just act as a, we can also give you tips, recommendations in a normal basis, let's say, because we also do consultancy projects. Some projects are really special. That is more about restructuring, rebranding, repositioning, and we also do this kind of projects. So yes, every single project that can brings to us more knowledge and can bring to you more profitability based on training, revenue, and sales, a revenue map is the place, is the one.
Thank you, Hugo. Are you finished?
No, yes.
Okay, thank you, Hugo. Thanks for the presentation.
Hugo, thank you so much. From my side also, Vinicius. I don't have the voice. I lost my voice today. So thank you so much. For the public that is attending us, we have a gap of 10 minutes for the next person. What we're going to do is expect 10 minutes more, maybe without nobody. We will set our video 2 times. And if nobody comes up, we'll need to finish. Hugo, so much to be here. I'm reminding all the public that if they want to check more about RM Hub, they can go to traveltech.space. Victory stand, they stand for RM Hub there also. Hugo, thank you so much for your outstanding presentation. And I'm so sorry about my voice, but all these days I lost it. Good thing that we have Alice Ferrari here. Welcome, Alice. Great
Hi,
that I see
everyone.
you here because we are expecting people to. We're very close. Said okay, we'll need to leave because people is not appearing. Sorry about my voice. I lost my voice. So please, you have 25 minutes from now, 25, 30 minutes. You have the time to present yourself, present your company. On the bottom of the screen, you have a button called share. You can share a screen. I will provide access. Just share, please. Like this, I can set it up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to share a window. I just need to.
Take your time, no rush.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Right. Okay. I think I'm. Yay. Just bear with me. One more second.
You can take the time that you need, please. Don't be worried about it. Okay?
You're early,
Nice
so
to
you're
be
running
here.
ahead of schedule. I was due to be on at 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Central Time.
Yes, I know, but the other person didn't appear. So, Alice, thank you so much. It's all yours.
Fantastic. Well, hi, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here today. I think it's afternoon for where you guys are. I'm currently in Italy, where it's 9 a.m. So my name is Alice. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Kite. And today I'm here to tell you about this new business that my co-founders and I launched last year to empower the travel agent to maximize the airline connections and build a better end user experience for their customers. So before I go into presenting Kite, let's talk a little bit about NDC. I'm sure all of you will have heard all about NDC. You've heard it way too much. Everyone is talking about it. Airlines want you to adopt it. Your customers are expecting it. Even the GDSs are embracing it. It's supposed to revolutionize the shopping experience, but you're probably wondering, is it really what it says on the tin? Now, I'm guessing that I will have quite a few technical people in the audience. So product and technical people are stuck basically between the commercial teams who want to do business and obviously the technology teams saying, what is this? I mean, the transition to NDC is impossible. It's complex, costs more, takes longer, it isn't reusable, basically makes your life impossible. So travel agents, we understand you. I'm assuming we have mostly travel agents in the audience, but if not, I'm assuming you understand a lot about NDC. But if you don't, let's go a little bit back for the reasons why NDC and what it was supposed to be and what the airline's vision of NDC was. The vision of NDC was 4 big areas. Lower the cost of distribution because it would allow airlines to connect directly with travel agents without having to rely on expensive GDS providers. Build a personal relationship with the customer, getting control over the offer, which also goes towards being able to customize the offering and pricing, a bit like what we see on any other retail website today. You go on Amazon, you go on Net-a-Porter, you go on, you name it. And the offers feel targeted, they feel personalized. You get suggestions that are based on your own preferences. And the 4th big category is omni-channel retailing. So removing the technical barriers and allowing airlines to provide consistency in their products and services across all channels and to begin working more closely with their distribution partners, i.e. the travel agents, to deliver better experiences for all customers. And these goals, in reality, although it's adopted by the airlines, aren't really that in conflict with agents, the agency community. Actually, providing better products that are more attractive to your customers is a good thing. Lowering cost across the board is a good thing, and potentially opening up a new relationship model that can drive better revenue for you is also interesting. So what's the reality check? Whilst conceptually, NDC is amazing, the implementation and the rollout has been basically a failure because of the technology and amongst other things. And unfortunately, the vision of NDC is actually not being realized. So if we go back to those categories, lowering costs, yeah, there has been some lowering costs, mainly for the airlines, but also a lot of the cost has been spread out differently across the industry. And guess who's taking the hit? The travel agencies. The lack of consistencies in the APIs moves a considerable burden and costs to the end user of the APIs. The travel agencies, especially when adding another layer of cost by putting in another aggregator, for example. While airlines may be able to save out on one budget, the reality is that another budget have to compensate. So there's extra commissions to agencies to cover, the cost of aggregators, or the customers get charged service fees, etc. At the end of the day, customers look at the total cost of their travel, which is not only the ticket, but all the ancillaries, fees, and increasingly the pain of frustration involved in servicing and refunding for their bookings. So lowering the costs is only partial. Then if we go back to the other categories, authenticated customer, well, to a degree, authenticated customer, if you provide your loyalty information and the airline is generating the offer, but it's still within the limitation of the legacy fare structure, right? Origin, destination, day, and how many passengers. That's all you can build an offer with. There's not much, and there's no other criteria that you can factor into building an offer today. And in fact, there's no dynamic product. There's no dynamic pricing. There's no historical intelligence on who the customer is, what they bought, or how they should this should influence the dynamic offer going forward. Control over the offer. The airlines basically the airlines brought in-house all the offer, all of what the GDSs were doing. But there isn't really a dynamic offer. There isn't really a dynamic pricing with NDC. It's under the same structure, as I said, of the legacy systems. And omnichannel retailing, there isn't really any omnichannel retailing if NDC is only used for third-party channels. So the point is that travel agents are perfectly capable of booking flights and servicing without NDC. NDC channels actually have to offer compellingly better products and or pricing, as well as the servicing, potentially with lower costs than the status quo, if you want to move this transition. Where else would you take a huge technical cost of implementation and retraining of your agencies, disappointing your own customers, to change for something that delivers exactly or less than what you're getting today? For most online travel agencies that use GDSs as their primary platform, probably the best solution to using NDC will be the GDSs themselves. But that comes with some compromises, including that GDSs will lag behind in new product delivery and may not completely remove points of sales fees. If you have a GDS independent platform that allows you to do content aggregation, then your question will be, how can I optimize business needs with tech budgets? And what provides you the most leverage in your negotiations with the suppliers? So here are 3 points of a triangle you should consider when choosing where to take your airline content. Better product. Does it help you attract and convert your customers? Operational overhead. Does it help it raise or lower your cost of implementation and delivery? Unit economics. Does it give you leverage with the airline to negotiate commissions and incentives? Does a direct relationship with the airline translate into better economics? If it makes sense to build a closer relationship with one or multiple airlines, then what is the right technology and services to use? To be able to get to market quickly and keep your ongoing maintenance and implementation costs to a minimum, while still providing the previously mentioned business benefits. So, you have some options. You have aggregators, but they add a layer of fees. You have your own development and implementation costs, because it's not just about connecting with NDC. You have to maintain that for every new product and functionality that becomes very expensive. And then there are direct connects. And there is your own direct connects. And well, as you know how complicated, expensive, and time-consuming it is, especially because we're all from this industry, we know that actually NDC isn't really a standard. Or there's the Kite API. So here we go. What is the Kite API? Kite is a technology partner for you to maximize your connections with airlines and enjoy an independent commercial relationship. What we provide is API access to the airline's backend reservation system, where your contracted content is fully available with a complete product and lifecycle management. Airline legacy systems, as you know, often make it very difficult to extrapolate data out of them, which is what makes the travel agency's life very difficult when wanting to offer an end-to-end customer journey. And a fragmented end-user journey leads to drop-off rates and lower conversions. The Kite API taps into the backend and provides a modern pipe for you, the travel agent, to access a full suite of products and functionalities with less technical complexity. Our API is not NDC. We build a more versatile, efficient, and modern API using the latest technology that enables you to access airline content while reducing your overhead for implementation, time to market, and ongoing cost of maintenance. This allows you to offer more options to your customers and a better user experience with less development work. Our API supports full NDC content, regardless of which version number the airline may be using, and we also support LCC content, all in a truly standardized API. The great thing is that with a single connection, you're able to access every airline to which Kite is connected, and you can enjoy your individual commercial agreements with the airlines. But don't mistake us for an aggregator. Aggregators disintermediate and charge heavy transaction fees. We provide an individual connection to all of these airlines, but you only have to do the work once. Technically, we are quite different. It is very simple to do a common API. We go the other way. We incorporate the full richness of the most complicated features. We do it in an agnostic manner so that when you're integrating with the Kite API and don't need to go through understanding the underlying carrier to whom you are making a request. The Kite API incorporates workflow management, which alleviates the needs for carriers, the carrier's specific conditional logic, and whether you agree with the airline is coded and follow the workflow. So in conclusion, what is Kite? We're an API-first business. We believe in the value of having truly independent platform to connect airlines with their partners. We do not get in the way of the commercial relationship between you and the airline. And there are no markups, transaction fees, or hidden costs. All you pay is a flat fee for the license of our API. Our API is compatible with any type of business, corporate, leisure, as long as you have a desktop or UI. So I hope you've learned something new today. And if you'd like to know more, please feel free to get in touch via gokite.com. Thank you very much, everyone.
When talking about building engagement and excitement through virtual experiences, the finest platform out there, Virtual Console, offers an unmatched solution. A do-it-for-you platform, Virtual Console offers an end-to-end tech solution that enables our clients to create personalized and custom events in just 48 hours. While the platform remains easy to use and navigate, assistance and support is available at every step to create a seamless experience. Not only is the platform scalable, varying participant sizes, it has proven to be cost-efficient. Let's explore the various features that Virtual Console has to offer. The attendees log in using an email ID or mobile number. and enter the lobby area, which has event and partner branding, along with various speaker profiles and agenda for the event. Public and one-on-one chat functionalities, along with breakout rooms, enable attendee interaction. Attendees then proceed to the auditorium, where all the action lies. And the Expo Center offers partners their booths with networking and lead generation opportunities. Attendees can see glimpses of the event in the gallery. Virtual Console offers in-depth event analytics to ascertain and track the attendee touchpoints, time spent across various functions, and beyond. Let us have a look at something Virtual Console recently put together for one of our clients with over 3,000 attendees. A creative, captivating, customized, and cost-efficient solution by Virtual Console that meets the purpose and delivers beyond expectations. With the changing times and trends, it's time to bet big on virtual events and experiences. Trust us to be the virtual event solution specialist you need. Virtual Console, here to deliver. Book your demo with us at Virtual Console.
Hello everyone, Abel, Zhao, are you there, man? I just need you to open up your microphone and your video, please. TravelFlan, Abel, are you there, man?
Yep, right here.
Awesome, thank you so much to be here. For us, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. For you, I assume, but I don't know right now.
It's
I'm
at 3
lost.
in the afternoon.
So thank you so much to be here. For everybody that is attending us, Abel will present himself and their solution. Abel, you can share your screen on the top button on the screen. Sure, I will accept as an admin, and then you'll have half an hour to talk about your solution.
Okay.
And I lost my voice, as I can see.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay, man. It's just I lost my voice. I speak too much, as I always say.
Sorry to hear that.
When you share your screen, I'm gonna see it, and I will set it up. Still, I don't see your screen, Shar. So at the bottom,
let me see.
You have Shar screen. Click Shar. You choose the screen.
Oh, you know what? I need to go to the system preference to fix this. Hold on one second.
No rush. No rush. Take your time, please.
How about now?
Not yet. Not yet. On StreamYard, where you have microphone, you have your video, and you have share screen. And when you do share screen, you can share your entire share, or you choose window. Okay, so let's wait. I request for all the guests to wait a few seconds to Zhao come back. Abel, I can see you again. I just need you to try to share the screen.
Yep. This time should work.
Yes, great. All yours. 30 minutes. Thank you, man.
Oh, okay. Got it. So apologize for the little bit technical glitch there. So my name's Abel from 3D Group, previously known as TravelFlan. So basically, just give you a little bit of about background about the company. So we started in operation since 2015, and then started doing what we are doing right now since 2016. So it's about 5 years. We have 8 offices presently right now, and by the end of July, we will have 10 in Asia Pacific, Middle East, and Europe. We have actually team members now almost 150. So then we have global partners of over 150 globally. So basically, what we are doing is providing to the businesses that's the innovative technology, and through different little bit different types of business model, and then what we want to ultimately to achieve to provide the personalized consolidated content to the CN customers, and then the distribution capability to the BN customers. And then our solution actually it's AI based. And then using the AI technology and big data, deep learning, so everything developed in-house. And then we'll try to achieve, one, to help our partners to generate ancillary revenues, and then also the lowest cost to improve customer engagement, especially for post-COVID-19, or a lot of businesses actually struggling, and there's a huge demand in terms of for the digital transformation and empowerment. By that, so I will show you a little bit more later what I mean by that. So gives you a snapshot of what our business model. So first of all, our business model is S2B2C. The S stands for supply and solution. So we combine both together, and then using the modularized systematic backend system as a support, and then by adopting different kind of data, different kind of information, then allow our system to actually work with the companies in different industries, either it's telecom or e-commerce, hospitality, transportation, events, governments, and so on. So it really depends on what kind of as long as we have the correct data that allow us to put into the database and to train the machine and to get the right content, then basically that's something that we can actually start working with. So that gives. So we are one of the very first ones in the market actually utilizing the AI and chatbot technology to focusing on the transactional capability, which is what we call that the C-commerce or chatbot commerce. And then in 2020, actually we won the South Korea ICT Innovation of the Year award because for this particular piece of technology we developed. And then in addition to the mobile app, the system can also easily to be adopted to any kind of website, mobile app, social media platforms, and so on. And then so typically that's what we are the platforms that we do or we utilize to generate profits or benefits to our partners. So we have several different types of solutions. The first one is a standard solution. So as I mentioned earlier, our business model is S2B2C. So the first S, the solution side. So basically we developed everything in-house, and then by different modules, and based on our customers' requirement, We combine those together, provide that to them to use. So this way, we can actually, it's a little bit more of customization components in there, because actually every single business is supposed to have a very unique requirements and demands and what's right for them. So if you develop something that's actually in the market, it's just like, ready to use off the shelf solution to customers, you're hoping that they actually find it useful, but sometimes actually it's very difficult for to meet the 100% what a customer requires. So therefore, we put them into a module rather than actually develop the whole thing as a whole. And then the second part is the supply chain part. So we combine travel, lifestyle, and e-commerce capability, all the inventory into one distribution, inventory management system and distribution system. So doesn't matter what the customers they want to sell, then we have the ability to actually provide the right product to them, either to if they have, for example, airlines, we can actually make an airline start selling e-commerce products, or we work with companies like China Mobile. We can actually turn that China Mobile mobile app into a online OTA or into a e-shopping mall, digital shopping mall that actually, so everything integrated into one platform that actually can serve our partners, their end users. So basically that's our on the standard solution side. And also we have enterprise solutions. So this part is more on the customization side. So something that we don't have, or actually something that's very specific for the particular customer, then we actually can develop that for them. And then based on what they have, based on what we have, and then actually make it a lot more efficient in terms of the development time, the cost, and everything. So in terms of the return on investments, it's much, much higher than the standard solutions in the market. Give you a few examples. We are actually developed a solution for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar 2022. And then we developed the system for one of the largest e-commerce loyalty program in China called Guangdong, and also the Smart City project in South Korea. They are actually our existing customers. And then in addition to that, we do have standalone solutions. So for example, the inventory and distribution engine, market intelligence and analytics system, and then the marketing solutions and so on. So we have different partners and different clients for we can actually put that aside, just provide whatever the customer needs and whatever that's suitable for them. So basically that gives you a general idea of solutions that we're actually providing to our clients. And then so we are actually we have received a number of patents in terms of our key algorithm technology solutions, and also even our business model is being patented right now. So in continue to that, so as I mentioned, we work with companies from different industries, from different areas. So so just to give you an example of across different industries, actually we are working with telecom, e-commerce, travel, leisure, even the government. So one thing I would like to point out, we are the official partner for the private office of Sheikh Zayed in Dubai, and then also we are the official partner of several big social media platforms like Facebook and the other one. And then so to give you a high level of what we have done in 2020. 2020 was the first year, actually was a great year for us. We actually the first year achieved profitable despite the outbreak of COVID-19. And then throughout the platforms from our customer platforms. So at that point, typically we're working with companies like travel related, especially cross-border travel. But because of COVID-19, so the number dropped. So we lost a lot. So actually, basically, the business became zero. So we need to quickly come up with something that actually can recapture the revenue and then re-engage the partners and then the end users. So that's why we launched local lifestyle e-commerce capability. In 2020, overall, all the we generated over $25 million in revenue for our partners. And then also on average per customer, they spend about $32 on our one of our platforms partners. And then just so you know, this is other than what their key their core product or core service they're providing. in this particular case, for example, telecom. So this is something they did not actually, in addition to the telco companies, telco service, they spend another additional $32 on something else that we provided to the platform. And then the total customer engagement improved by 45%, and then average marketing conversion rate is about 4.5. So it ranged from 2% to 7.5%. And then so overall, on average, it's about 4.5%. And then so because actually we also provide loyalty solutions as well, and then in return we also give out a loyalty point on our partner's behalf. So that means we purchase the points, and then when the customer purchases something that's not our partner's core product, then we gave out loyalty points on behalf of the customer, on behalf of our partners, and at our cost. So in 2020, we total actually spent about $1.8 million So for loyalty, we purchased the loyalty from our partners and they give out to their customers. And then on average, per customer is about $2 And then, so in our platform, so like for example, some of the chatbot platforms and some of the other the e-commerce platforms, on average inquiry is about 5.2. This number is actually, it's up by almost 100% from 2019. So 2019 was just above, just below three questions. So the more questions the customer asks, the more chance you can sell them something, the more engagement level they can provide to the platform. So the average inquiries, the higher the better. And then on our platforms, on our partners' platforms that we created for them. So first of all, there's several top activities that are happening in those platforms. Number one is in-app purchase or redemption. About 58% of the customer actually engage this kind of activities, and then 32% it's F&B related, either making a book a restaurant or inquiry about the restaurant, stuff like that, or actually order a takeout. And then 25% people actually they redeem or purchase the cash coupon for supermarkets or for dining and stuff like that. So why are you working with 3D Group? Why are you working with us? So from the business perspective, so first of all, we are a IT SaaS company, but actually our business model actually not just to provide you the solution, the technology, but also provide you the go-to-market strategy, provide you the inventory and distribution product, and then also strategy there in there as well. So basically, we are also a consolidator in terms of product and on travel, lifestyle, and e-commerce perspective. So basically, connect to our platform, we'll give you the technology, and then we'll give you the inventory right away to help you to sell. And then in addition to that, we also provide go-to-market consulting services. So we do a lot of 99% of our customers or our partners, they are actually cross-border. So for example, we're helping a company in Italy to actually help them to develop a go-to-market strategy in China, and then we're helping a Chinese company actually do the same to Korea, and so on and so on. So therefore, we help the companies, help our partners to become actually something long-term, so much longer term, so in terms of strategic digitalization transformation and strategies. So that's actually one of our core values. And then also we create ancillary revenue streams at the as stress-free as possible. So we do all the dirty works behind, put everything automated, and then that our partners, they don't need to do a lot of things by connecting with us, and then they can start selling right away. And then also improve customer engagement. We see a huge improvement of those platforms that by working with us. And then also we help the we also have the marketing solutions as well. So some of the big names like some of the tourism boards, some of the big retail brands that they actually working with us on that. And then last but not least, so we also reduce the operation cost for our customers. So when you have one customer service agent can serve one customer, and then by using adapting to our solution, for example, this customer service agent platform, one customer service agent can actually deal with 50 customers at the same time. So that's kind of easy example. And then from the consumer perspective, so first of all, we focus on personalization, and then so personalization, it's the key nowadays. Everybody's talking about personalized service, personalized recommendations, and then so we have this in-house developed this very strong personal recommendation engine actually as the core to supporting all different platforms. And then also loyalty and membership benefit maximization. So that means when a customer actually comes to your platform, if they normally right now, if they only get the loyalty points when they purchase your core product or core service. But in this case, for example, if you go to a airline website, you only get the loyalty points when you purchase the air tickets. There's nothing else to buy, and there's nothing else you can buy. So, and then in this case, we can actually provide a lot more product to that particular airline's website. And then when a customer purchase something, then we actually can provide more loyalty points to them. Therefore, to increase the conversion rate. And then so on-demand service. So other than keep selling the client something, the end customer something, we also provide them service. Nowadays, service is the key. So basically, for example, even the customer not buying anything in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, we will send a message to remind the customer, to remind this consumer or this customer, this user, that's today, this afternoon is going to rain. You might want to bring an umbrella. Or today actually it's going to be 35 degrees and it's really hot, so you might want to do something, like get a cold drink or something, stuff like that. Personalized that kind of carrying a value add service. And then so one platform access for home and away. So for example, when you're actually sitting at home, you browse the app and you saw something that you like, you bought a bottle of champagne. And then the thing is, when you actually go and travel, then that app has absolutely nothing to do with your trip or any other activities other than buying a champagne. In this particular case, whatever you're doing at home, it got absolutely everything to do with what you're doing overseas. So we know that you like Korean food, and then when you go overseas, then we're actually making a recommendation, a Korean food, or actually a very nice champagne bar or stuff like that. So all of those, we create this kind of a personalized ecosystem that actually surrounded by the consumer's behavior, rather than just one component, one vertical at a time. So basically, that's our approach, very different from others. Just give you some example of the cases that we have done. So first of all, China Mobile is one of our pilot customers. In 2020, we served about 40 million customers in China, and then we're providing them all kinds of solutions. So in 2020, the customers from China Mobile app, they spend about 49% on travel, 31% in e-commerce, and 20% on local lifestyle. Samsung, the solution pre-installed to all the Samsung devices in Korea, and then moving to other region as well. We served about 32 million customers in total. And then for this one, also same. We provide travel, e-commerce, local lifestyle, and you can see the ratios there. So we are aiming to bring this solution in other markets. So yeah, basically that concludes my my presentation. And then we are a startup. We've been around for 5 years, so still very young, and then we are still trying to grow as fast as we can, despite the COVID-19 situation. So we're very blessed, actually being recognized by a lot of different brands, and then including the most recently, we won the 2021 United Nations UNWTO Global Startup Competition. And then so hopefully that actually we're trying to work more opportunities with the UNWTO and then other travel-related associations as well. So hopefully we can help whichever organizations that's still surviving in this kind of economy, in this kind of market. And then typically we are working right now, we're helping airlines, hotels, travel agencies. So if you if you guys actually find our solutions useful, come to purchase. We actually are more than happy to help whatever way we can. We always believe stronger together is always stronger. So thank you so much for your time. Hello?
I'm so sorry, Abel. Thank you so much for your impressive presentation.
Thank you.
I hope right now I just remove your screen. I'm gonna put my big friend as you, Colman Ho, to be here. And as I told you the first time, I hope we can do in December and travel tech in Mandarin for entire China. Abel, thank you so much to be here. Colman, it's your turn, my friend. Abel, kisses. Cheers.
Thank you.
Welcome. Colman, we cannot listen to you. You're in mute, man.
I'm unmuted. Thank you.
Yes, for now we can listen to you. So, Colman, as I told to Abel, I hope that in December we can do a travel test on Chinese. I lost my voice for doing the days, and right now you have half an hour. Don't rush. Speak very slowly and explain everything that your company do about. Just share your screen like this. I can accept your screen and put that over if you can, please.
Sure, hold on for a sec. Let me share my screen a bit. Can you see it now?
Not yet. You have a button on the
Hold
StreamYard
on.
that is share. If you click on
Hold
share,
on.
you can see, I will see it. I cannot see it, but we have time, so take your time, no rush.
Do you see it now? Let me have a look. I'm trying to get all the.
Not
Hold
yet.
on. Hold on. This one. Can you see it now?
Yes, you
Thank
can
you.
full presentation, and you have 30 minutes just playing everything. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thanks again, Vinicius. And it was a great understanding of what Abel was doing right now. Abel's a good friend, and he started with what are the possibilities right now. With our industry, we understand we all have undergone a very difficult and different year, and actually, it's a good time for us to consider what are the possibilities. So please keep this open mindset. And I want to share with you, what we do. So good afternoon to you all. Or good evening to some of you, or morning to Vinicius. And I am a very brief introduction of what I'm doing. I'm actually a serial entrepreneur, and I've spanned through different industries in different regions in the past few decades. So, but today I want to focus on one out-of-the-box pitch, and that is how synergy between telecommunications products and travel industry is worth your while and makes sense. So for any cooperation to work, it should have some sort of a synergy. So what is telecommunication and what does travel industry has in common? So for first thing, I would say that we are both trying to reach out and connect with people and to make the experience as seamless as possible. And that's a key to success for both industries. So when this comes to relationship, before we dig deep into what the solution is, so let's consider why you as a travel industry, you have a lot of things to do, a lot of things in mind. Why would you consider this? So I always believe that when it comes to tech solutions, it has to be dive deep into one pain point that you have. Or on the other hand, what you can do is look at the possibilities through the technology. So consider it number two. So consider telecommunication business. It's a vibrant business. So, I want to share with you some figures here, just to say that even during this pandemic, every single indicator was showing that stock indicators, the people using telecommunications, people getting more sticky to the industry. That's what is shown in all these figures. So telecommunication, it's a industry that is, I would say, doing okay in this pandemic world. And the second reason is that touchless travel need internet connection, i.e. telecommunication. We talked so much about the rise of touchless travel. We talk about digital passport a lot, things that we need that to kickstart travel again. We not only work on solutions, we work on possibilities. But what all these has in common is like we need internet. So what if there's no internet upon your check-in? If you use all kind of the most latest technology for you to ease your check-in, or you can touchless check-in, or even worse, what would happen if you require a digital health passport, but you have no internet when crossing a border? For example, here in Hong Kong, we come to a point that when we go to a restaurant, we need to scan a code to get into the restaurant. But for scanning code and showing to the restaurateur that we have registered, we need internet, right? And the third is you might have to pay high roaming cost for all data if you have to get the connection. So this is something that's it's happening, and it's not only a pain point, but it's travel related. But I would say for travel industry, something that we can consider. Also, travelers right now require full flexibility. What I mean by full flexibility is like to travel behaviors for them to the key travel drivers of travel booking. You see in the middle column for the first column is China, second column Japan, third column is South Korea, all very important markets. Everybody say flexibility is either number 2 or number 1 or number 2 on the list. So they require full flexibility now, and they want to go digital. The digital technology are on the rise because 69% of people who use video conferencing for the first time during COVID expect to continue, and consumers are using less cash and moving toward contactless solutions. These are all reports that you might be familiar with, but what it indicates that travelers, just like when they are, right now staying at home, they are more used to digital solutions. So third of all, industry as a whole, it's actually late for catch up with you call it data transformation, you can call it embracing digital, but all in all, we got to catch up. So BGC's top innovative companies, travel and tourism is really behind. This is what it's showing here. So we need an innovative solution for the new travelers, which could be flexible. It has to be fully digital, and it should be readily available, because just like what we're seeing happening in US during July 4th, and we see what's happening in Europe right now, when they open, they open. When they want to go to travel, people just jump on the planes. So we cannot wait. So now I'm going to the solution that I'm going to present, which is called GlocalMe. So who are we? GlocalMe is a brand name of Nasdaq-listed technology company uCloudLink. It's the world's first leading mobile data traffic sharing and pioneering the sharing economy business model for the telecommunication industry. So you might not have heard of this GlocalMe company, but actually last year during the pandemic was started, the company just got Nasdaq listed. So what does it do? It has actually started in 2014, and it started with very simple, what we call Wi-Fi hotspot or Wi-Fi dongles in this part of Asia. So they started with all these hardware devices pairing with the data that people would need to come up with a solution. And from 2014 to 2020, when it got listed, we've gone through a very high growth trajectory. And 2021 is a date that I'm going to share with you later. That's a 5G product launch. And what is the technology about? Our technology is based on real-time location and relative information reported by devices. The patented cloud SIM technology identifies the most optimal resource to establish high-quality connection without relying on only one binding contractual network. What does that mean? Is that when you are in town or when you go to travel, your phone, it's only tied in with one network. Either use one SIM card, even two SIM cards. It's always tied into the SIM card that you have a contractual binding with. The technology of cloud SIM is to be able to get you out of SIM. You don't need SIM anymore. And it can provide you with all the network available at that time in that location without incurring roaming cost. And before the pandemic hits in 2019, it is one of the most, I would say, must-have products when people travel, is because you want to get to be connected. You don't want to waste the battery on your phone, and you want to make sure you're not connected to the best available network on the ground without incurring the costs. So this is the technology that this company offers. Just want to tell you a bit more about the products. It's like in 2021 alone, even though everybody is stranded, cannot travel, the company have launched 3 new Wi-Fi hotspots, and there are more to come. A very short video just now was showing about the products, but I don't want to waste your time. I'll show you in a photo over here. It's like the one is called Dual Turbo, Triforce, and First G. All have very different use cases. Also, we have home use CPE, because during the pandemic, people stay at home more. We empower people to work from home and also learn from home by these devices. And then, of course, we have some multi-SIM card devices that can help you to make phone calls even more effectively. So the range of products that we have is amazing. Right now, we are actually planning for the Q3 products. Again, there will be 3 more products to launch. And we also have our own phones, and the phones that we cooperate with renowned phone manufacturers. So why GlocalMe? Is because our 100+ patents, the company provided SaaS PaaS solution for corporate clients to provide the best user experience in an agile and cost-effective way. When you talk about telecommunication, you would think about how expensive it is, how heavy it is. I'm in the very travel industry by itself. It's already very asset heavy. So you don't want to go on a solution which is another asset heavy solution to provide to your customers. Does that make sense? So what this company does is make this solution a SaaS PaaS solution so that you can make use of these gadgets, make use of the solutions in a very light way. This is what the company does. I want to talk a bit about the latest development is that during the Mobile World Congress happening in Barcelona on the 30th of June, where you might have heard of it, even Elon Musk himself was talking about Starlink in that same event, we launched our latest 5G new products, which is actually this, what we call Numen, N-U-M-E-N, which is, again, have all the benefits of what we talked about with Cloud SIM, without needing to pay a contractual cost, linking to all available networks out there, and also no need to pay the roaming cost. With the added benefit of Numen is that it's got the latest technology, what we call HyperConn. The HyperConn technology, I'll explain to you a bit more, is that it will search through all the networks available plus the fixed broadband to ensure that you have the best network. So what has happened is because right now in these days, you are not satisfied with only having a network. Having a network is not good enough. Just now I mentioned when you were crossing a border, when you approach the check-in, you need to make sure that you have this kind of internet connectivity. I would even point out that more importantly, when you travel, the situation is quite fluid out there, right? You don't know, what's going to change. You don't know what's going to happen. So what you need is a very reliable internet connection. So reliable that you will be at ease. If you go to an area you're not familiar with, you can actually know what is the best available route to take, what to avoid, what's the latest news. So that is why internet connection, not just as a option or not just on something that's nice to have, it's a must-have these days. But when you talk about internet connection, it's one that is fail-proof, that would not in the time when you need it most, suddenly be interrupted. So this is the HyperConn is like driving in a 5-lane highway, but you can now make use of all 5 lanes. So the first lane could be the mobile operator 1, second lane is the mobile operator B, the mobile operator C is third lane, and then we have fixed operator D and E, right? So you search through the network to make sure you're always connected to the best network. And that's what HyperConn does, and what the Numen hardware does. We want to spell out that this company also have a global partnership, and the biggest corporations is Japan, Europe, and China, and US for many years, and have maintained a good working relationship with a mutual growth. For example, for the Avis, we're actually entering the 5th year of cooperation with them. I'll talk a bit later. So we spell out the flexibility of the solution. We spell out how not only as a user need the flexibility, you as establishment to be able to even think about working with this solution, you need the flexibility, i.e. no heavy asset investment. So what can be done? First of all, we helped an OTA provide additional service. Ctrip is one of the biggest, it is the biggest OTA in China. And what happened is like for people going abroad, they offer the rental service of uCloud Link via the OTA. So additional service, additional income, people will come back, good for word of mouth, etc., etc. So this is one case study. Another case study is we helped car rental company for better customer experience. Same thing, just like with OTA. Avis, it's a rental company in Europe, very big. We've worked with them for many years, offering those who rent a car that if they want internet service, we can rent also this device to them. This device was worked for what we call. Case number 3 is we partner with airlines for auxiliary revenue. So you can see that a lot of airlines work with us, put this gadget in their, for example, duty-free shop, as light as that, and saying that you can offer it to your clients. Of course, we are having some sort of new partnership with airline this year. For example, for Turkish Airlines, we award Turkish Airlines membership points to people who buy our devices in our US website. So we partner with the airlines a lot because it makes sense for the travel industry to work with us. And also we can tailor make solutions for any partners and corporates. This is an example that we partner with a phone manufacturer from China. A lot of people in Asia might be very familiar with this brand called Xiaomi. And actually with this phone, we have local me inside. That means the function of what I mentioned about Cloud SIM is already embedded in the phone. And this could be done on any gadget, any hardware that you can think of. So how we can benefit travel partners? You can buy it as a gift to VIP guests. It's a prolonged engagement when they want to remotely recharge. Remember we said no SIM card. So when they recharge, we can recharge, for example, via your app. There's something that can be done. You can buy co-branded, resell, or rent to guests. And again, we mentioned that this is a hot selling item for travelers. And it's been selling in US, Europe, Asia Pacific, Hong Kong, China, you name it, and Japan, of course. So you can better serve and increase your revenue stream with the brand recall if it's a co-brand. Imagine a gadget that you have on your hand with your brand name on it. This is something that you always want if you want to give something to your VIP guests and to your guests, right? So how can we benefit travel partners? Number 3, so you can rent an automated rental. It's flexible, light, and help internet peak usage demand. I want to show you this gadget here, which is launched just this year. We call it Triforce with a tank recharger. So how it would work is like in China, in this part of Asia Pacific, you see a lot of power bank, automated rental and recharge. This gadget is an automated rechargeable device with a Wi-Fi hotspot as well. So people on the road, when they come to the hotel or your establishment, they can rent this Wi-Fi hotspot and use it as a power bank and top up of the internet data package as they want. So it's pay as you go, and they can automatically rent it, automatically return it, and it will be charged automatically. So it's so seamless and it's so touchless, but it can actually fulfill a pain point to travelers. And you can see that the gadget can hold like 5 devices. We have a bigger one that holds more, and it's got actually a screen on top that can actually post all your establishment, your hotel's messages. This is a device that we can offer to rent out. Another fully tailor-made solution is that you can own and develop unique service. We are talking with companies, travel-related, to be able to fully make something for them. But I can disclose here. But I would say that because it's a hardware product that the travelers like to use and come back to recharge all the time, you can think of a lot of ways to how you can engage your users, because making them come back is one of your highest priority. So this mobile Wi-Fi as a service gives what we call the maximum flexibility and endless possibilities. This is the thing that we want to talk about today. It's the company GlocalMe offers and what we call always better connected. And we want to hear from you after we talk in this session. I make it very short and brief so that I can hopefully get some of you to talk about this solution. I want to hear about you. What do you think about the solution? Because we have been selling direct to travelers for a long time. But we were saying that, as a partnership, we want to work with you and see, we can deliver this goods better. And even, I would say, travel industry as a whole can use more of out-of-the-box thinking. And I would say this is something that is worth your while to try because it's light, it's in demand, and it's got a long tail. That's all I have actually for today. And see if anybody might have some questions.
Sorry, Colman, we don't have any kind of questions, but don't worry. what we will do, as you know, the most important and our core business is education. The pitch side is a plus that we give for all the companies, but don't worry, we
No
will
worries.
start your presentation on Travel Tech, and also I request Natalia to send you a file to set it up your company inside of our virtual stands. So in the next 10 days, you will have your presentation on our LinkedIn and our website, and in addition, and our YouTube. Thank you so much, be here. Thank you so much, support us. And from my side, the most important thing I need to tell you is thank you so much to support myself to create Destination China. And I hope by December it's all on your shoulders, not on
Thank
mine.
you. Don't worry. We've
To
got a very
create
good
Travel
experience.
Tech Chinese and Mandarin. I really count with you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Roman. Cheers,
You got a
man.
good. Everybody got a good experience. I've got good things, for hear from my friends over here. I'll share with you later. Okay. You've got a very heavy few days. I'll let you rest for a bit after tomorrow. I know you have one more day tomorrow, right?
I lost my voice, and I
Yeah.
have in 5 hours I have a show in New York that has been invited, and I'm trying to keep my voice to speak there.
Okay.
And tomorrow is the last day.
Yeah.
Coleman, thank you so
Thank
much. And
you.
I hope that we can do in December Travel Tech, China, and Mandarin, and you are the guy.
Thank
You
you.
are the man. Thank you so
Appreciate
much
it.
for everything. Cheers,
Right.
man.
Cheers.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.